Ladies and gentlemen, Josh Sanch, welcome back to the Bodybuilding News Network. You have today, finally, my top 10 Olympia prediction. In this video, we will discuss it. So if you're interested, make sure you stay tuned. But I wanted to start off by giving you, and Totoro agrees in the background, I wanted to give you a quick overview of everyone that is competing as of today, or technically November 1st is probably when you'll see it, but I will be posting it Halloween, spooky night, for all of you that are enjoying the festivities today. I did want to show everyone who is competing as of today. Most recently, Nick Walker pulling out from a hamstring injury. So if you did not know, now you know. So that's going to definitely be affecting a lot of our top 3 prediction videos. You know, mine, EP09's, Mark's Max Muscle, Jake Cutler, Dennis James. There's a lot of people making prediction videos, and I'm sure we'll talk about those in the next few days. But let's go ahead and get into my picks for the top 10. And this is with the caveat that Nick Walker's not going to be in it. So let's go ahead and start off with my 10th place pick is Justin Shire. Now, I actually wanted to, in my original prediction, I think I put him 9th or even 8th. And I had to move him around because I did want to put some other people in there. But Justin Shire winning the Chicago Pro, just such a phenomenal athlete. I love his physique. The structure from the front is just phenomenal. But I do believe, giving him those compliments, I do believe that he's going to fall short against some of these other bigger, more seasoned athletes, especially from the back. I really started to see the discrepancies of where he could improve in the back. I did not remember him looking this way. I had a much cleaner look when I remember him from the Chicago. And that's not saying that he can't do well here. There are a couple guys I think that could knock him out of the top 10. And of course, we can talk about my outside the top 10 prediction, but that'll be for another video. But best of luck to Justin Shire. He is my 10th place pick. In 9th place, I do have Regan Grimes, and this is a pick I'm really stuck with because he is phenomenal. He's big, very, very full, but the conditioning is just lacking. And looking at what he did this year at any of the shows, I just wasn't blown away. I was very impressed. I was impressed, but I was not blown away. I know he can do better. I believe in him. I want him to do better. So all of you Regan Grimes fans, please do not hate me, but I do have him in my top 10, which is a huge improvement from last year. He was one of the people that did not place. I think he can do well this year if he brings just enough conditioning to put himself in the conversation with some of these more top athletes. So that's my prediction for Regan Grimes. I'm having Regan Grimes in 9th place for the 2023 Olympia. Now, Charles Griffin, I'm going to have in 8th, moving down the list. Even with the pec tear, I think he does look really, really good. I think the muscle completeness, the way he looks, the conditioning is going to put him in that conversation. I'd like to see him and Antonio Burton side by side. I think that'd be a good call out this year. I'd also like to see him. I'd like to see him battle it out with some of the other shorter guys, but I just don't think he's going to get a good call out next to someone like Lunsford or Hottie. Nick's out of the conversation, and he was another one of those short titans, those short mutants. So I do have Charles Griffin in 8th place. I think he can do it. I think he has that winning package, but if Tonio comes in crazy shredded, I think both of them could be a conversation piece, but that is my 8th place pick. In 7th place, now I did want to move Creo up, but I just don't think that the judges are going to see the show the way I might see the show. These picks are not exactly, you can't see my hand pointing, but I'm pointing with my other hand. These picks are not exactly what I think should happen, but this is what I think will happen. And at the end of the day, when you guys watch, ladies and gentlemen, when you watch this video after the Olympia, that's what you're going to care about is, was Josh right? Was Sanch right on some of his picks, or how close was I? Now, Creo, some people are saying he has no glutes. I think it's such a weird critique. but I think he looks phenomenal here. I'd say the lower back needs more conditioning, but this is from last year's Olympia. He has done the Embro Pro since then, but he did not hit a back shot in that show, or at least from the NPC News Online gallery. Now, I think Creo is going to be one of these guys that continues to improve in placings, but as of this year, I'm going to put him in 7th. And in 6th place, I had to put Hunter Labrada somewhere in here. I'm not going to put him in 4th. I'm not going to put him in 8th. I think he's a solid 6th place position here. We've had quite a few people, as you can see, all the other athletes that have been crossed out. Ian Valliere, Behruz Tabani, Big Ramy, Nick Walker. All those guys could have been in this 6th place spot or even better, but I'm going to give it to Labrada. I think he has a very good flow, the good structure. He's got a lot of muscle density, and that's going to give him that better look over someone like Charles Griffin, Regan Grimes, Justin Shire. He's just got a little bit more muscle than these other guys, and I think that is what's going to put him over the guys we just discussed. Of course, you look at some of the other people, Hassan Mustafa, Phil Clayhar, and even Theo Laguerriere. All those guys could do well, but I don't think they're going to be in that top 6 conversation. Moving into my 5th place pick, Andrew Jacked, a.k.a. Chinadu Andrew Obieke. I never really say his name, but I think he has the opportunity here, especially with Nick Walker, Big Ramy getting out of this conversation, getting out of this competition. I think Andrew Jacked is going to be a 5th place conversation here. If anything, maybe he moves up 1. He could knock off the next guy. It depends on what the judges are looking for. You're going to have a really good compliment sandwich, a good short guys versus tall guys. And then you're going to have someone in the middle. And the middle person is going to be who we're talking about next. But it's going to be a very exciting Olympia where we do get a lot of variety. You get the tall, you get the short, you get the mass monsters, you get the aesthetics, you get the conditioning guys. There's a lot of variables going into this Olympia. The judges are going to be busy, and I'm excited to cover it from the press pit as official media this year. So stay tuned. I fly out tomorrow. Andrew Curry I have in 4th place. I think this is a really good spot for him. Looking at his most recent physique updates, he does look like he's going to be in good shape. He's going to be in good conditioning. He's not going to play the size game as much as he did last year, but he is still going to come in relatively big, full, but also bringing enough conditioning to where we can see the separation, but not as much filling up of the carbs and whatnot to where he starts to spill over. Something that we have not seen, and I know Jay Cutler talked about it on Dave Palumbo's most recent episode on RX Muscle, was that Brandon Curry seems to spill over a lot. He usually doesn't have a lot of consistency with his conditioning with his Olympia package, and I feel like that is going to be hurting him. It has hurt him, and it will continue to hurt him if he doesn't figure it out. Now we get into the spicy picks. I have Samson Daa, our reigning 2023 Arnold Classic champion, in 3rd place. Now this is a huge improvement for him. He'll be moving up 3 placings, I believe. He finished in 6th last year. Good improvements for him. He's been doing a lot of moving up in the ranks. I still think that his back has a lot of work to do to move up into the 2nd or even the 1st place position, but just him and Justin Shire and Michael Creo, all these guys have crazy front shots, but they all need to improve in the back, and I think that is the same thing for Samson Daa right now. Is he's going to continue to improve in building a bigger chest, bigger arms, but overall, I don't think he really needs to do anything else besides just building the width of the back. If he had a back like Ronnie Coleman, it's a stupid situation, but if he had a back like Ronnie Coleman, I think he could be winning the Olympia in just a couple years' time. And in 2nd place, I do have Hottie Chupin placing 2nd here. This is a very spicy pick, very, very spicy pick, because he is the reigning Olympia champion, and there's no reason for us to expect or predict for him not to improve or look exactly the same as last year. And that's not taking anything away from Hottie or his his ability to prep for this year or his ability to improve. But it actually speaks more to the other person, the person that I have for my top 1 pick. It speaks to his ability to improve in his first open season, complete off season. He's been able to take the entire year off and prep for the Olympia, coming from the 212, a 212 Olympia champion and now runner-up last year. Derek Lunsford is going to be my pick for the 2023 Mr. Olympia champion. I think he is a phenomenal ambassador for the world of bodybuilding. I think that Jake Wood and Dan Solomon are going to very much like seeing him at the helm of the ambassadorship for the Mr. Olympia brand. He's a family man. He's very clean cut, and he's going to make the Olympia brand a lot of money. And he also has the physique to back it up. He brings phenomenal conditioning, great structure, and so much mass that there really isn't anything to lack, or anything that you look at his physique and nothing makes you think that his physique doesn't deserve a title. And if he doesn't win it this year, he could win it next year. But he will be a Mr. Olympia champion. There's several, I think Dennis James Ron Harris with Muscular Development said that there's 5 gentlemen that could win the Olympia this year, and for the most part I would agree to that, minus maybe Andrew Jack. I don't think would win this year. But at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, I'm your host here on the Bodybuilding News Network. I definitely could see Hottie Chupin, Derek Lunsford, Samson Daa. I could see all 3 of those winning the title this year for the 2023 Mr. Olympia. Please let me know your predictions down below. I will be flying out to Orlando tomorrow around noon, and I will be there, Thursday morning, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, ready to cover the press conference. So I'll see you in Orlando if you're going to be there. Look for me. I think I'm going to bring my big purple bag again this year, so look for me with my black t-shirt and my big purple bag. But I'm your host here on the Bodybuilding News Network, Josh Sanch. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.